Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the art den. The sun is setting, the light is changing, my arms are everywhere, and I have absolutely no fashion sense. I honestly don't know how to dress. I just dress for comfort, so. Today I'm going to try to do my first Ask Becky in 3 years. A long time. There were a few years I did my Ask Beckies on Instagram, but it's still been a year since my last one. My original plan was to do one of these in January. I know we're in October. As I film this, we're in October, but I was not well, as many of you know, by February. So I'm going to answer some questions from you from January, but also I asked again this weekend if anyone had any questions. So let's try and do as many as we can. Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Sure, 15 minutes. Starting now.
Here we go. Coffee or tea? Presently, coffee. People also say that coffee is not a good thing for migraines. Coffee for me, in terms of my brain activity, is not a stimulant, and it never has been. I'm interjecting here, but the one thing I would say is that I don't drink coffee to get hyper. I've never had that sort of reaction from coffee, ever. Coffee doesn't do anything like that to me. I just like the taste. I do drink a lot of decaf, but also in terms of migraines, I've been having attacks years in advance of even coming anywhere near coffee. Best thing about kayaking? The freedom. The absolute freedom on the water. The best thing I do when I kayak is roll. That brings me so much joy. There are lots of questions about kayaking actually, so if you have any kayaking questions, I could do a kayaking video, maybe? Hopes for my 30s. I'd like to unmask more. Finally get to the end of my neurodivergent journey, in terms of actually being allowed to be what I am. Find love, pay off the mortgage, or move. Create as much art as possible. And spend more time with my parents. Am I excited for the new Doctor Who? When you wrote this, we were only just starting to get the teasers for David Tennant's Doctor Who. I am indeed, but for Doctor Who as a show overall, I definitely have lost interest, but I'm excited for him to come back. Can you believe this was 14 years ago? Are you happy? Not particularly, but I'm experiencing happiness more than I used to. I struggle to actually feel happiness and understand what happiness is. This is a long-term thing. My life right now is better than it has been, and for that I'm grateful. The bad is bad, but the good is good. And the majority of that good did not exist 3 years ago, so. Looks like I'm gonna punch the good. Are there any other musical instruments you want to learn? I really want to get to grips with the flute, but I don't think I can do that until I'm away from other humans. I need to learn in the middle of a field, or by the sea as I did years ago. Relationship status. I'm a single Pringle and ready to mingle. My relationship status is single. I want love, but it just doesn't seem to be on the horizon for me. I'm doing a lot of this today. I just don't know what to do with my arms. This goes back to the whole trying to not mask. So my YouTube self would sit here and hold things under the camera view, or would do more signs but less dramatic, like I would do steps or point and gesture and stuff. Whereas now my hands just want to flap all over the place. I'm an ow inside. Where did you get your glasses from? And thank you. I've had these a year and a half. I've got 2 pairs. I've got a pink pair and a brown pair. The pink have got some silver on them, and the brown pair have some gold. The frames were £69 each from Vision Express. And I love them. I love wearing glasses. I really do. I don't think I could ever cope wearing contacts, but also I like the feeling of having them on my face. It's like a barrier from the outside world. And always has been. Go back to my teens, there's videos of me talking about the barrier, the bubble that is the lenses on my face, and how it helped. It makes me feel more confident, and I actually like having something in front of my eyes. Do I have any regrets about YouTube? Yes, yes I do. I have many, more than I think you think I do. Jump cut. I've spent a long time trying to answer this question in depth. Summary. Hey, see, told you, stop. There's stuff I regret, there's stuff that upsets me, and as for my past self, I can move my hands again, look at that. I don't know. Next, how are my parents? So my mum and my dad have beaten cancer. Yes! Oh my gosh, the spit. My dad has gone back to university and he is studying this. My mum, on the other hand, had a nasty fall in September, so life has changed a bit. She's alive, she's with it, but she certainly can't walk, and it's gonna change things for the next year or so. But they're both alive and they're both doing okay. Will I do a flat tour? I don't know. I'm a bit tentative. I definitely put some boundaries up a few years ago, especially after my home was doxed online. It was gonna happen eventually, but it happened very quickly after moving in. When I first moved in, there was a lot of great response to my home, but there was a ton of bad stuff. This could be a topic on its own, just talking about when I first moved in and the response I had. It just stuck with me. It taps into other things of how I'm just very scared of stuff happening. I am proud of my home, but I also want it to be mine. You share something, then it kind of no longer is yours, and yeah. Even if I don't share, even if I don't do a tour, this is part of my home. This is more than I think people have seen in a very long time. The last 2 years, I would say that I've tended to share videos of me sitting there with my phone leaning against the desk. So there's so many videos of me with the pink curtains behind me. You haven't seen any of this. Complete change of topic. Favourite alcohol? I've got to get up for this. Now the thing is, I do have alcohol in my flat, but I don't really consume it. Don't run over the lead. I still love rosé wine. Not necessarily this brand, this is just what I have in the cupboard. It has to be sweet, none of that dry stuff. This brand of gin, I love strawberry gin. It can be with lemonade or tonic water. I love Baileys, but this is often too heavy for me. As someone who deals with lots of attacks, migraines, cluster headaches, I have severely cut down on my caffeine, my dairy, my alcohol intake. None of this has helped. Cutting everything out that normally helps other people has done nothing for me. If anything, things are worse now than they've ever been. The last one is ale and lemonade. I've forgotten that. Have I got any? I don't know if I have. No! Dang it. Oh, yes! Bit of shandy? I don't know. This and this mixed together. Again, sweet. I can't stand beer on its own or ale on its own. But yeah, just to be clear, my alcohol consumption is low. This one surprised me actually. When was the last time I had a photo session of myself? I'm gonna put the stuff over my face. Here are some of the rare photos that I have taken of myself with my DSLR this year. I don't really take photographs of myself anymore. Most of the time I look like this. I am so unwell. It's rare for me to look like this. This is so much for me. I found it harder to relate to myself, especially with YouTube. I mean, it's taking time to adjust to editing myself because I don't recognise myself. I'm so much older, and with the hair it was bizarre. It's easier now that I've got less hair, I suppose. I miss taking photos, but it's just not really a part of my life nowadays. I think I'm just more preoccupied with being unwell. I should have really photographed myself before I cut my hair, but I cut my hair rather spontaneously. It had to be done. The last book I read was Outlander. I love it. I love it so much. I am so attracted to Jamie, preferably with his kilt on, but I'm so attracted to him. Like, he is the perfect man. I mean, they do exist, but only in books. In the real world, I don't know if I'm compatible with men. I don't know what I want, but if I can't have the person of my dreams in reality, I can certainly find them in books and forms of media. And I think he ticks a lot of those boxes. Or my own Lydia. If you watch me on Twitch, I play Skyrim, and one of the characters that follows me around, she's like a protector, is called Lydia, and I love her to pieces, and I've probably spent more time with her than I have with actual real people in relationships. I'm quite attached to her. She's courageous, she's gorgeous, I love the sound of her voice. As you will, my Thane. I am sworn to carry your burdens. Maybe I just need a combination of Lydia and Jamie. And the last one I'm going to answer is, what is the nail polish that I'm often wearing? There are two nail polishes that I sort of alternate between the two, and the first is Thigh High by Essie. I've got that on now. And the second one I can't seem to find for sale anywhere at the moment, I've run out, is Bewitched by Revlon. It's a similar sort of colour, slightly pinker. I would love to have pink nails and match my decor, but it doesn't suit me. I find this sort of colour goes with an awful lot of stuff. It looks far more professional than lots of colours I adore. I try to wear nail polish as much as possible because it hides how bad my nails are. Not because I bite them, but because I overcut them and I file them. They have to be symmetrical on both hands. And I have problems with 3 of my nails, constantly splitting. This one cracks down the bottom every couple of months, and then as that crack gets to the top, the whole nail just... It's been doing that 13 years. I love having dark nails. I get so many questions about my hair. Am I still pulling? Yes, I am. I get so many questions about neurodivergence, and I've answered a few on my story, but I'm overwhelmed. So I hope this has been okay. As always, motorbike. I will talk downstairs below. Thank you for your patience, because some of these questions are from 10 months ago. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for being awesome, as always. Wise, ways, always. I'm trying so hard not to redo sentences and just leave them as they are, my natural self. With that, I'm gonna go and brush my hair because I have touched this far too much. This is why I can't have a middle part, by the way. The cowlick is intense. Actually, I have 2. I have 1 there and 1 at the back. If there's anything else you want to see from me, let me know. I still don't know how to end these. It's been 2 decades and I still can't end a video. Bye bye everyone, and I will see you soon. Squeegee.